As you sit or float or drift into this unfolding sense of yes, imagine now that something is stirring, deep beneath the surface of thought. Not logic, no. Deeper than logic, an ancient rhythm, a familiar knowing, a feeling that begins to hum in the bones of your beliefs. Because now is the moment when the new way begins to begin. And what if, just suppose, each time someone spilled their shadows, you became brighter? What if, when the world pressed in, you expanded out? What if laughter wasn't a choice, but a reflex, a sacred spell? That made negativity disappear like smoke and sunlight. Because you've known all along, haven't you? When a voice in the room grows sharp or dull or bitter, you can let your body smile before your mind ever catches up. A grin that says, I see you, pain. I choose play. Because joy is not a destination. Joy is you, when the noise is stripped away. Laughter is my response to negativity. And every time you say it, your cells listen and they remember. There's a feeling now, rising like a sunrise behind your eyes. And knowing that this is who you really are. Light-hearted, grounded, resilient and divine. Even now, especially now, because you're not here to be reactive. You're here to be radiant. Every harsh word you hear is just a spark flying from someone else's fire. And instead of catching flame, you become water, cool, calm, cleansing. You don't absorb, you transform. They say negativity spreads, but you break the chain. You reroute the river. Like the magician who smiles as the arrow flies and turns it into a dove. Now imagine this vividly. Someone enters your space, carrying their chaos. And instead of bracing, you soften. Instead of shrinking, you shine. And maybe, just maybe, they pause and blink and shift. Because your frame is strong. Because your energy leads. Because your presence is a lighthouse in the storm of opinions. You don't need to convince, explain or defend. You emanate. I see the best in you. You whisper inside. Even when they forget. Even when they can't. You can. Because you've installed the divine lens. You wear the eyes of God now. Now the loop deepens. The lessons turn into layers. And a question lingers in the stillness between your heartbeats. What would life feel like if this were already true? What if your body already knew how to let joy be the leader? What if your nervous system was fluent in optimism? What if your past was just your compost for your becoming? Every challenge, a puzzle piece. Every trigger, a teacher. Every person, a mirror reflecting either love or the call for it. And now you respond with mastery. They say the strongest frame wins. And your frame is joy. Your frame is yes. Your frame is resilient compassion. And they feel it. They respond to it. They mirror it. Because energy is magnetic. Because your confidence calibrates the room. Because presence is the power. And you know what else? You're not just reframing negativity. You're redefining reality. Negativity is now your signal to shine. Criticism becomes curiosity. Judgment becomes empathy. Every no becomes a deeper yes to yourself. So let me tell you a story. There once was someone who every time they felt tension, breathed deeper. Who when criticised, smiled inwardly and whispered, I see the divine in you too. Who when the world grew loud, grew still. And from that stillness came power, clarity, laughter, magnetism. Not because they forced it, but because it was installed. Because it had become them. That someone is you now. Because each time you heard these words, your unconscious had absorbed more than you realized, and the structure beneath your thoughts reformed, just slightly, then entirely, until the old belief system cracked and fell away. What's left? An operating system of optimism, a baseline of bliss, a presence that plays, uplifts and transforms. Because your subconscious now understands. Every moment is a chance to rise. Every breath is a choice to lead, and laughter is your liberation. And every interaction becomes a stage for your truth to perform its quiet miracle. You are divine. This is an opportunity. I choose joy. Laughter is my gift. Positivity is my power. So now, without knowing how, you notice yourself walking a little lighter, laughing a little sooner, reframing a little faster. Because this isn't something you try. It's something you are. And maybe others, they haven't caught up yet, but that's okay. Because you're not here to follow energy. You're here to lead it. And so you do, naturally, effortlessly, unshakably. Because it's who you've always been, and who you're now remembering to be.